It was a cold, snowy winter evening when about 80 people gathered in the quiet suburb of Sainte-Foy, Quebec, for an evening prayer. As the group prayer came to an end, 46 remained to socialize and stay in personal prayer. It was precisely because they had gathered to worship that they had become targets of a brutal attack. Outside, a monster. Alexandre Bissonnette grabbed a handgun and began a horrific rampage, murdering 6 innocent Muslims and injuring 5 more. He showed no remorse, firing again at his first 2 victims as they lay bleeding on the pavement. A beautiful and peaceful house of worship became a monstrous murder scene littered with 48 bullet casings in just 2 minutes of merciless violence. Bissonnette was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 40 years. But 1 year later, that was reduced, making him eligible to seek release after just 25 years. How is that fair? He murdered 6 people, and yet he is only guaranteed a 25-year prison sentence with the possibility that he may one day go free? And he isn't alone. Justin Bourque was convicted of first-degree murder for his monstrous shooting spree in Moncton, New Brunswick that killed 3 RCMP officers and injured 2 others. He was given a life sentence with no eligibility of parole for 75 years. He would have no chance of early release until he turned 99, forced to pay for the lives he took. But 2 years ago, his parole eligibility was reduced to just 25 years, giving him the opportunity to walk free just in time for his 50th birthday. What an outrage. What happened? You see, under the previous Conservative government, we passed the Protecting Canadians by Ending Sentence Discounts for Multiple Murders Act, allowing judges to sentence criminals convicted of multiple murders to serve consecutive sentences, one after the other. But in 2022, the Supreme Court struck down this common sense law, making multiple murderers eligible for parole after just 25 years. Mass murderers should never again see the light of day. Life should mean life. Period. But the Carney-Trudeau Liberals agreed with this decision and have failed to put forward any solution of any kind. We must restore consecutive sentences so that ruthless killers face the full consequences of their actions. Nothing could be more common sense. Conservatives believe a punishment should be proportionate to the crime. If you kill multiple people, you should spend the rest of your life behind bars. Multiple murders should only come out in a box. That is why I will bring in full real life sentences so that multiple murderers never get out of prison. And I will overturn this terrible ruling using Section 33, the notwithstanding clause, found in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That will ensure that when multiple murderers are caught, they go away forever. We will bring home safety for all our people, and we will restore the Canadian promise for law-abiding Canadian citizens. A country where hard work gets you a great life, in a beautiful home, on a safe street, protected by brave police and soldiers under a proud flag. Canada first. Let's bring it home.